Now if you get asked, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the name Ninja? And if we're being honest, besides the fact that bro is literally the most hated streamer out right now, most of y'all probably think about that Low Taper Fade meme. And I ain't gonna hold you, I'd be thinking about that too if I wasn't making this video. Unless you're under the age of 10 and you probably think about that guy from Fortnite, since you're not yet allowed to be on Instagram Reels or TikTok. And I know them YouTube shorts are still a few years behind, so y'all gonna wait to hear about that Low Taper Fade meme, I'm not gonna lie. But if we change our perspective a little bit and go about 6 years back in time and ask the same question of what's the first thing that come to mind when you hear the name Ninja, the answer would probably be a lot different, especially if he was above the age of 10 back then. Because back then Ninja wasn't only considered the biggest streamer in the world, but was also considered the best Fortnite player in the whole entire world. And Fortnite was a big deal back then, bro. Let me tell you that. Being asked who Ninja is in 2018 is equivalent to being asked who Kai Cenat is in the Big 24. I ain't gonna lie. If you look at this man's channel around that time, bro was pulling around 3 to 5 million views a video every single time. And that's not to mention the 10 million view plus video he'd get once a week or so. This man was breaking records left and right and basically reaching mainstream status as a Fortnite player, playing games with Drake, Travis Scott, etc. bro. This guy was going crazy, even going as far as making TV show guest appearances on shows such as Family Feud and The Tonight Show. And the thing is, people would tune in just to watch for this guy, and that's crazy because all he did was just play Fortnite. It is honestly crazy what this man managed to do from just playing the game. Like in that certain time period when bro was the best player, you know, before people such as Tfue started popping off and kind of taking the spotlight away from him, he was the best player, bro. He owned the game basically, and no one could really deny that. Now before I get too ahead of myself absolutely glazing this man, bro, my bad, yo. It's just some people had a lot of aura in their prime, and Ninja was definitely one of those people. I remember back in the day when I was a young jit playing Fortnite in 2017, 2018, every time I get killed by someone really good, I'd hope that it was Ninja so that I could flex that I got killed by the GOAT himself. But instead I just get killed by some TTV Booty Shaker 360. Now how the hell did Ninja go from having this much aura in his prime and having me glaze him this hard to being the Low Taper Fade guy, who's dragged one meme so hard that him dragging the meme became a meme of itself? Now in order to explain this tragedy, we have to go back all the way to 2011 when Ninja first started streaming, not on Twitch but on Justin.tv, which RIP you're probably only familiar with if you're a Prestige Unk. It was basically the original Twitch before it shut down. Now obviously he later transitioned to streaming on Twitch. Now I'm not going to talk about his Halo days because I feel like that's kind of irrelevant and too far back. I'm just going to start at H1Z1, which was the first battle royale he really got into. He started playing that game at its early access program on Steam and later moved on to PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, otherwise known as PUBG, also on its Steam early access program. And these two games are where you find your OG Ninja raging funny clips that everyone used to use back in the day.
The f you say to me, you little shit? How are you not in fucking school? You kiss your mother with that mouth? It's called you kiss your mother with that fucking mouth? Huh?
Oh my God, why are you so great?
Because the fucking youth of society. You shut up when I'm talking to you. You shut your mouth.
He was making a decent living by this point, being pretty financially well off, but he was nowhere near his peak, let me tell you that. Now similar to H1Z1, PUBG was also a battle royale, but PUBG seemed to have way more success than H1Z1 with the battle royale gimmick. PUBG basically popularized battle royale, and that shit blew up. It got really popular. And so with every game that blows up, the content creators that follow with it and the pro players would also blow up as well. And so with Ninja being a pro player and a streamer slash YouTuber, he kind of got a little bit of clout. He got clout up and he started getting some viral clips, which I mentioned earlier. But then eventually, as many of y'all know, a new game comes out which was free to play and garnered a lot of attention from a lot of people. And one of those people just so happened to be Ninja trying out Fortnite for the first time ever. Ninja would start playing the game Fortnite every single day, streaming it to his audience, and he was generally having a lot of fun playing the game. He was loving it. But unlike most people, Ninja would get pretty good at Fortnite pretty quick due to his prior experience with PUBG, H1Z1, which were both battle royale games with a similar idea to Fortnite, except Fortnite had one extra twist, which was a building mechanic. This building mechanic was easily mastered by Ninja, although since he wasn't just your average player who would play after work or after school, etc., he would play every hour of the day, 7 days of the week, basically all the time. But you can't even blame him, man. I mean, it's his job, and it certainly did pay off. Now, he was never really considered the best builder in Fortnite, I mean, at least by me, but overall throughout his skills, he was the best player. And as we discussed earlier, the more popular a game gets, the more popular the people surrounding it, such as content creators or pros, would also get. And I'm pretty sure most of y'all already know how popular Fortnite ended up getting. I mean, it was basically a part of the 2018 culture, not even gonna lie. It was engraved in it. You couldn't really get around anywhere in 2018 without hearing about Fortnite. It's like a near impossible experience. And so with that massive success, Ninja obviously blew up. But compared to everyone else in the Fortnite scene back then, his rise to fame was on a completely different level. He was the most popular streamer and the most popular on YouTube for a couple months too. And so now we're basically at Ninja's peak point. We're at the celebrity status Ninja. We're at the rappers making guest appearances on stream. We're at the TV show guest appearances. We're at the Ninja cranking 90s in front of crowds and even flossing in front of crowds. I mean, it's a real, bro. Like, what was this man even doing? But basically, you get it. This is Ninja's highest point and his glory days. But from here, where did it all go wrong? And so with all things that rise quickly, they come down even quicker. It was never really one major jab that took Ninja's fame and career out, but rather multiple minor punches that stacked up over time and resulted in an overall decline in fame and relevancy until it was basically all gone. Now for number one, Ninja couldn't hold on to the title of the best player forever. Obviously, no one could do that. Every couple months or so, the community would decide on who the new best player is, and it could never be the same person for too long. I mean, the maximum is probably a year or so, but you get the point. What I'm gonna say though is that Ninja definitely made the most out of his best player title. Now his consistent grind and effort definitely did help, but in the honest truth, he just got it in the perfect time when Fortnite was in its golden ages. He was considered the best player when Fortnite was at its peak cultural relevance. Now notice how I said cultural relevance, because that wasn't necessarily Fortnite's best point in players active or anything like that, since it did achieve higher numbers in quarantine and when they brought back OG last year, but it was culturally its highest point since people were talking about it left and right anywhere you went. And to add on to the cultural factor, it was also really hard to be good at Fortnite back then. The game was pretty different and it was pretty new, and no one was really good at it unless you had a lot of time on your hands to play the game all the time, which is not really possible for most people unless you play the game full time or you're a little kid who has no responsibility, but still you're probably going to be too young to be good at the game really. Most pros are usually in the age range of 16 years old to about 20. And keep in mind, game modes such as creative or playground did not exist back then, so the only way you'd practice and get better was through playing the real game, and that's why we didn't really see a huge surge of good players until the introduction of playground mode and even creative mode later on, because not everyone had the time to play the real game. These factors made Ninja's title as the best player feel more significant than players later on to come, and that allowed him to achieve so much more success than most people who would also hold that title. But yes, everything great does come to an end eventually, and so by late 2018-2019, Ninja wasn't really considered the best player anymore. There was just too many new players who were better and better, and although he did make the most out of being the best player, he just wasn't anymore. Now this combined with the fact that Fortnite was already past its initial prime and was on a downward spiral, which definitely did take a hit on Ninja's overall viewership, leading it to decrease. But he'd soon sign a deal that would decrease his viewership by way more, which some of y'all may have guessed was the deal with Mixer, which was basically Microsoft's attempt at a streaming platform, and they really wanted to compete with the market share that Twitch had on the streaming genre, even going as far as buying the biggest streamer on Twitch, Ninja, for $30 million in order to compete, which granted them full rights to his streams, meaning that he couldn't stream on Twitch anymore, which is the site he had built a massive fan base on throughout the many years he had been streaming. And this was a big deal for Twitch too, as he was the biggest streamer on the site back then. I mean, he set the world record for the most viewers on a live stream back then, so you could tell how truly significant he was to the site at the time. But he let it all go for $30 million. And I ain't gonna lie, if I was in that position and offered that same deal for $30 million, I would take that shit so damn fast. Man, give me that damn contract. I'm signing this shit. I'm not even reading it, bro. $30 million, you said? Man, ain't nobody care about no damn fan base when it comes to $30 million. But I care about mine. I love y'all, man. Hashtag no sellout. Hashtag please subscribe. But anyways, Ninja was most certainly in his bag, bro. This man cashed out and did not look back. That's for sure. Now, obviously, this kind of took a toll on Ninja's views, especially on live streams, which was his main thing. But the YouTube views were kind of consistent and didn't really drop off too much from the initial drop of the Fortnite peak. He was averaging about 1 million views per video, which is pretty damn good. I mean, most YouTubers would only dream to have this much views per video. Yet, unfortunately, Mixer did end up shutting down around July of 2020, which meant it only really harmed Ninja's career by taking away most of his loyal Twitch fans and eventually just shutting down, so even the Mixer fans kind of had no more place to watch him, which was truly unfortunate since by this point Ninja's streaming career has taken many hits. And the crazy thing is, it did not stop there, as this next decision did not only harm his streaming career further, but it also harmed his YouTube career, which was still doing pretty good, and that was playing different games. And now although Fortnite wasn't at its peak, it was still the game that people really watched Ninja for. I mean, it was where he gained most of his fans from, around 90% or even more of his fans from. And so playing and streaming other games such as Valorant or Call of Duty really was a turn off to his fans, and you could tell that by his YouTube views, which every time he dropped a video about Call of Duty or Valorant, it would only do about 200k views, which is really good till you compare it to the 800k to a million views he'd get on Fortnite videos. Now over time, this would also cause more people to stop watching Ninja overall, since he would just keep uploading content that they did not care to watch or follow up on. And Ninja playing all these games may seem positive for him as a person, since it would help him escape from Fortnite, which has ruled his life for the past few years at this point, and so it was a fresh reliever for him. But it also came with another cost, which was him getting worse and worse at Fortnite due to his inactivity on the game, which could be blamed on him playing other games and also him just aging over time. By 2021, most people could tell that Ninja was out of his prime and he wasn't as good as he was before. But I mean, he wasn't trash. He was still considered better than the average player, but he was still progressively getting worse and worse. And so if we skip over from 2022 and 2023, where Ninja basically hit his all-time low, especially in 2023, I mean, you wouldn't hear about the guy during those years. I mean, I kid you not, bro. The only time I heard about Ninja during those years was seeing him streaming on TikTok Live for some reason. I don't know why, but this guy just randomly started streaming on TikTok Live. Bro probably saw all the bread people was getting from them NPC trends, etc., and needed to hop on that. Bro wanted some galaxies. You can't blame the man. And for some reason, I'm just finding this out, but apparently Ninja got banned for quote-unquote, I'm not even joking, bro, how do I even say this? Bro, oh my god. Ninja banned on TikTok Live after Glizzy Glug Glug. Like, bro, what is this?
Commencing Glizzy Gluck Gluck Gluck.
Honestly, bro, whatever was going on in them Diddy Ninja TikTok lives, bro, I don't want to know about it, and I'm kind of glad he got banned, bro. What is this? And so by this point, Ninja basically fell off. I mean, this guy has no more motion. Like, come on, look at this. And he also gave up on being a quote-unquote Fortnite pro and now just plays casually. He doesn't even play Bills mode anymore because he can't compete with the kids. But can you really blame the man? I mean, he's a multi-millionaire and he's also 33 years old. I mean, bro is really an unk. I mean, I wouldn't really blame him.
I can't do Bill anymore. Like, well, dude, it's astonishing that there are still children, right? Because that's who they are, that like are trying to gaslight me into thinking that like I should be playing builds. Bro, I'm 33 years old. I'm on 40 ping maximum. I'm never going to play builds again. I can't do it. I can't keep up, and I'm proud of it, bro. I don't care. I could not care less.
I actually think it's pretty good that he's chilling and letting his mind and body relax after all them years of grinding, and it's probably good for him, especially since he made all the money he needs and really doesn't need to be grinding that hard anymore. And you would think that's the end of it. That's the end of Ninja. I mean, he's just a chill dude now. He just streams casually and that's it. He can rest upon his legendary legacy and just chill out for the rest of his life. But sadly, that's not what ends up happening. With a combination of jealousy and trying to discredit the new wave of streamers and being hated by the biggest names right now, such as Kai Cenat, Aiden Ross, to being a complete utter meme at this point, Ninja has completely ruined his legacy. Now let's start with something that we can all agree is still
Massive.
And no, I'm not talking about Ninja's massive forehead, which could also be considered right, but we're talking about something even bigger, which is the low taper fade meme. Now you may wonder how Ninja's legacy took a completely 360 turn from that greatness that I described earlier to just being the low taper fade guy in a matter of few months. Well, let me explain. After almost 2 years of irrelevancy in 2022 and 2023, around January of 2024, people will start hearing Ninja's name again. And it wasn't because he broke another record or he was really good at a new game. I mean, after all, bro was way past his prime by this point. We'd be hearing Ninja's name in the background audio of meme videos. And let me just play the audio for y'all in case y'all haven't heard.
I ain't gonna cry on a live stream. I'm a grown man. I got Imagine if Ninja got a low taper fade. Imagine if Ninja got a low taper fade.
It's just
That's actually crazy.
Now this audio became a meme for a while, and the context behind this song was basically this dude was streaming on TikTok live singing this song, and it got pretty emotional, talking about his grandpa's passing, and he felt like he was gonna cry as suggested in the beginning, and he didn't want to cry on a live stream. So basically he said, imagine if Ninja got a low taper fade in order to get his mind off of the emotions. And so this basically became a meme and went viral for about a week or two, and that was the end of it. The trend basically ended. It was a little funny, but not too funny where it would stick around for too long. But the thing is, Ninja found this trend and he was absolutely loving it. Bro would start telling his friends about it, mentioning it on stream. Bro got a little taste of the attention he once had, and he just couldn't let go of it anymore. And I mean, I couldn't really blame the guy. I mean, it was funny and he liked it, so I mean, let him enjoy it. The only problem is he never let the meme go. Bro kept dragging it and saying how massive it was, but the thing is, according to him, he wasn't even dragging it that much, and people were taking old clips of him saying it was massive when it was actually massive and reposting them. Now I do believe this to a certain extent, but I do believe that he dragged it at least a little bit. I mean, come on, there was a little bit in there. So anyways, those clips just kept circling around the internet and it was never let go by the fans. Him dragging the meme became a meme of itself. People kept reposting him talking about how massive the meme was, and that was low-key funnier than the low taper fade meme itself, at least in my opinion, not gonna lie. But then eventually even that meme kind of died out, and then he just kind of became irrelevant again. But recently clips of Ninja have been going viral again, and it would seem hard to believe that the low taper fade meme and the dragging of the low taper fade meme would evolve into something new and go viral again, but it actually did. And so what this meme is about is basically anytime Ninja mentions the words imagine or massive, he tries his hardest to stop himself from saying the meme.
Oh! Half of my vocabulary is I can't use it!
And this shit was honestly so funny, bro. It even became a trend on Reels, and people would make their own situations up and they would use the words and put Ninja's face on it. Now this has completely turned Ninja into a meme. I mean, you can't make this shit up, bro. This guy's 33 and I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even blame him. This shit is funny as hell. It's like there's a low taper fade Venom symbiote inside him that just won't let him drop the meme. It's so funny considering this guy is literally 33 years old, bro. This guy is a whole unk doing this, and it's so funny. And he even acknowledges the fact that this is possibly ruining his legacy.
Listen, remember, like we were at, do you guys remember the glory days, right? You know, set the world record for Twitch subs at like what, 263,000, 267,000 subs, right? Set the world record, Ninja Vegas, right? Like 650,000 live viewers. Imagine if all of that literally just means nothing, and I make my legacy. I hang my hat on the low taper fade meme, bro. We started opening up barbershops, bro. Come out with just strict merch. I make it like we compete with Adidas and Nike, bro. We become the next Nike. LTF, bro. You're like, yo, man, you rock LTF? It's like, yeah, man. It's not a meme, it's a lifestyle. A ninja, dude, a ninja barbershop, right? Dude, we give youth like 50% off, bro. But only if they get low taper fades. We only give one haircut.
But is it worth it resetting your legendary legacy and just becoming the low taper fade guy? Now if Ninja does open up the biggest barbershop in the world, the low taper fade, and actually become successful, then all praise to him, man. I guess he deserves it at that point. I ain't even gonna lie. I mean, his barbershop will probably be massive. Oh, okay, I'm sorry guys. Now besides being a meme and possibly ruining his legacy forever, especially to some younger fans who only know him for the low taper fade meme by this point, there is another side to Ninja which could possibly be more damaging to his overall reputation than the low taper fade meme, surprisingly, and that is his hatred towards the new up and coming streamers. And by this point he's done so many up and coming streamers dirty that if I were to go over it in this video it would be 30 minutes long, and so I'm not sure if I want to do that. It's a combination of super backhanded compliments, especially to streamers such as Adin Ross and mainly Kai Cenat, which has resulted in them saying things such as
Ninja, fuck you, Ninja, fuck you, Ninja, brother, you are a fucking hater and a joke. You're like 37 years old, blue hair.
And now obviously these could be very bad for your image, especially since these are the two biggest streamers out right now. And Ninja has even blatantly just straight up talked shit to streamers such as Stable Ronaldo and Sketch, which I'm not gonna get into because again I don't want this video to be too long, and I feel like by the two previous examples y'all already know what's going on. And although I didn't explain the Kai Cenat and Adin Ross situations briefly, I feel like those are things worth a video to themselves since there's so much detail and so much things to get into, and it's just not that important to this video. But if y'all really want me to get into that, I'll make another video on it and explain exactly what happened. But I will tell you that the acts that Ninja is committing towards these streamers that's causing them to have this reaction towards him are acts of jealousy towards them for their success that he once had, and that's no good look for Ninja, especially since he's doing it to not only the best streamers and the most popular ones, but he's also doing it to the up and coming streamers who have all looked up to him at some point in their lives. And so they would expect Ninja to be happy that the platform and the streaming industry is being pushed, since he was the one that basically started the initial kick and legitimized the industry with the numbers he was pulling. And so yeah, Ninja's legacy is really cooked, not only amongst his fellow streamers but also amongst the younger and newer fans, and basically anyone who has TikTok or Instagram, and that's practically everyone. Since by now in the new age of media where everything comes and goes so fast, everyone's forgotten about his legendary past and legacy, and now people only know Ninja for basically just dragging the low taper fade meme for about a year or so, or for being the saltiest old head streamer who hates the new gen of streamers, which neither of being a good legacy to leave behind. Now let me know down in the comments if this will be what you'll remember Ninja for after, or if you'll still remember him for his original legendary legacy. Anyways guys, make sure if you liked the video, drop a like down below, and if you didn't like it, drop a dislike I guess, and leave a comment letting me know why exactly you disliked the video. Anyways guys, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.